Good evening, everyone. Jose J. Garcia, real estate investor, coach, and mentor. So we got another Let's Do Deals. So this is where we come in and pitch the best off-market mobile home deals. We are not limited to just mobile homes. It is mobile homes on land. It's mobile home. It could be just land if it's zoned for mobile homes. Mobile home parks, mobile homes inside of communities, mobile homes that need to be moved, basically any and all. Don't forget, 3 new exit strategies were presented a couple days ago for 2023. So, I had a chance to meet with an investor, which we've done quite a bit of business in the past. And, we were sitting there talking about this whole, he's more into stick built, single family houses. He likes to do the traditional flip in, which is great. Works out good for him. But we started talking about multi-doors, duplex, triplex, quadplex, and of course apartments. And it all circled back to having multiple doors in an area. And when you think about that, whether it's an apartment or a quadplex or triplex or mobile home parks, you know, it's the same thing again. It's like the low risk, low entry, high reward. Because if you look at the prices of what an apartment complex can go for versus a mobile home park, a community, there's a big significant in numbers, but the return on the investments is even greater. So, it continues to be about why we invest in mobile homes. We invest in mobile homes because it really is the low risk, low entry, high reward. It's a secured investment. It's a very lucrative investment. But it's just so many opportunities. And when you think about, I want to venture into something else, it's like I don't have to do that. Instead, and this is what I was saying to him. It's instead of me thinking, let me go invest in crypto, let me go invest in maybe some precious metals, maybe the stock market, which I could never figure that out. Or let me get into stick builds now, real estate. Nothing against all the about. They can make great investments. Sure, you got to know what you're doing. But instead of that, is why don't I focus that much more in my lane? Let me see how many more exit strategies I can create when it comes to mobile homes. And that's what we've done. And that's where the whole Section 8s, veteran assistance, the Airbnbs, which we're going to multiply that by a lot this year. Airbnbs. We're talking about doing campers now, moving them. So, we'll just stay tuned for that as well. But so many exit strategies can be within just the mobile home field. You do not have to venture, of course. And I'm not saying limit yourself, but there's so many ways that you can create passive income strictly through mobiles. Okay, so that's what we're doing. But I said I was going to flip the page here. Bear with me 1 second. I've been traveling so much, it seems like. Let's see. I'll be traveling again this Thursday. We're actually going down into Central Georgia. So, and guys, yes, I will. I've been saying this for a little bit. I will get our systems to connect to our Instagram so that you don't have to see my screen off the screen. So just kind of bear with me on that. Time is limited, but we're going to figure it out. So the bottom line is that we add value and we get the message across. So let's get with this. So if you do not have access to our spreadsheet here, make sure you send me an email at j@garciamhu.com. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the chat box as well. So you have that, anytime you open a spreadsheet, and guys, this is the spreadsheet I invest in. I keep getting asked that is, do you have all the deals? No, the deals that you see on here are not available just for yourself, but also for me. Matter of fact, this is where I save my deals. So, okay, just kind of put that out there. But if you do not have access to the spreadsheet, send us an email. We'll send it to you. We don't update once a week, so that's a big reminder. We have uploaded deals on Wednesday, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays. That does not mean that those deals will be available the following Tuesday. We only pitch deals on here once a week, and that's every Tuesday at 7 p.m. EST time. If you wait to log onto the spreadsheet for Tuesdays, you could have missed out on all the deals that we put on, which many times we've seen it. We put deals on the spreadsheet on a Friday, Saturday, and come Monday, gone. Okay, you should be reviewing this sheet once a week. So let's see. Fact of the week, wait until summertime to invest and sell. I'm hearing that a lot this year. So a lot of these investors like, well, nobody's going to buy a mobile home or a house because they got to wait until the kids get out for summer. That couldn't be any more incorrect. Okay, now is the perfect time to invest and use the quick flick exit strategy because people have money. Okay, thousandaires walking around. People get income tax time. So think about that. This week already, I've had probably about 6 or 7 people offering to sell me their mobile homes. I'm not really looking for individual mobile homes right now, but I'm not going to push them aside. If it's a good deal, it is a good deal. I will look into it. And 2 of those happen to be land packages. So you better believe I will look into those. But so people are either upgrading, they're selling, they're moving. So they're not waiting till summertime. Now is the time when people have money. So Let me get started on one of these here, and I'm going to talk about one option that I'm going to be offering to a lot of you, more so new investors. Okay, I've heard some of the remarks, some of the comments about some of these mobile homes are being sold for more now, so they are trying to get creative financing to be able to put funds together and get started investing. So I got something for you on that. Okay, so we'll talk about that towards the end. But first one we have now, this one we already rehab, so this is actually already on the market. Asking 20,000, 5K down payment. This is not what I would consider for an investor unless you absolutely want nothing to deal with a contractor or handymans and materials, holding, etc. You simply want to buy something that's already been remodeled and it's ready to put a tenant or another buyer, then I would say this is a good one for you. Now, you can qualify for the financing just like anybody else if you are obviously worthy of qualifying for. So we're asking 20,000 for this one, and we'll finance for 5,000 down payment. After the fact, there's going to be a 675 monthly, which does cover the lot rent and the home payment. Trash is included with this one, and water is metered, so that's a separate bill. But you could get creative and set up and put the down payment, put a tenant in him, and instead of charging 675, I'm going to charge 800. And that's part of the option that I'm going to offer you here in a few minutes. So just kind of look on that one. Now, what I am looking for right now is 2 sales agents. I need 2 sales agents. 2 sales agents to know how to sell, preferably if you're a people person. You're going to be talking to people, so you got to be able to talk to people. But I need a couple agents that can post a lot of these deals. And starting out is always posting deals. That's the goal, is to sell our inventory out. The more you grow with us in the company, we'll also start giving you all other things to post, like coachings, whether it's live, virtual. So you got a chance to grow with us and our company. So just kind of keep that in mind. It's not just deals. But and I'm not going to get into the whole pay thing at this point, but it's it's typically 10% of final sale. So pretty simple math on that. We'll break that down more with people who are interested. Alexandria, Louisiana, I had a chance to visit, and I don't know what to think about it. It was not a bad area. The park is actually in a phenomenal location. It's just it was different. I'll say that it was different. Maybe it was the day I was there, but it was a little different than Georgia for sure. Georgia, Florida, where I'm located more so. But we have currently quite a bit of homes. I think we still have 20 more homes there. We've done a little with all holidays, etc. But if you know investors in the area, you have boots on the ground, or again, you want to post some of these for us, there's ways for you to come in and start making money right away. Bring us a buyer. If we do a closing, you get paid a referral. If you buy one of these yourself, you can flip it. That's probably fine. Of course, there's some rule regulations we'll have to make sure we stay in a guidance with, but you can do that as well, and obviously double your profits. It just depends. Look at these. I'm not going to go on one of these one by one. If you have time, review these on your own time. So again, if you don't have our spreadsheet, just send us an email. We'll send you this as well. But quite a few out there. Let's see. We have, and I don't think we've uploaded them at this time, but we got 3 different lots that are coming from Brunswick, Georgia, which that's a hot area. For everybody out there has land and not enough mobile homes, it seems like. That's the same for Augusta, for Savannah, from Hinesville, East Georgia. That is a hot area for needing mobile homes. As a matter of fact, I think we still need around 80 mobile homes in those areas, and can be a mixture of single and double wides. That's another thing. If somebody's selling, bring us the deal. We can buy it, we can close it, we can even coach you in the process if you're new to this. If we lock it up, you get paid a referral and you get to learn the process. So it's a win-win all around. Okay, but I don't think we've put those up here yet. Now, one thing that I was pushing for, because something that I'm going to focus hard on this year, is mobile home parks. We will lock up some mobile home parks, but we're also getting a lot more heavier into the land packages, which we did quite a bit a couple years ago. The investor I was talking about earlier at the beginning of the call, we actually flipped a couple land and mobile home packages. We did pretty well on those deals there, and it was all because the mobile home was still considered personal property. Now here I go into a coaching session, but it was considered personal property, so it was easy for us to, without doing anything to the property, simply retiring the title and creating into a real property and copping it to real estate. So we double our money pretty quick. So so many creative ways to come in and invest and start making passive income, doubling your money, etc. when it comes to mobile homes. So that's what we're focusing on. If you know of land, let us know as well. Americas, I don't think we got over this one here. And next week, there will be an overload of inventory. I'm hoping we can sell quite a bit of this inventory that's been sitting here. Again, I know it's holidays, so things slow down, but some of these need to go because we will be getting a lot new areas. Arizona, New Mexico, Texas are coming soon. Okay, it's not something I can push off anymore. I don't want to push it off. Texas is a phenomenal market, period. So it's like its own little continent over there. But Americas, that's another one. This one needs to be moved. We got Florence. That's the ones I want to talk about because we got two pending as of today. I think it's, let's see, Florence, Alabama, not Florence, South Carolina, Florence, Alabama. We got, and I know we only got 5 listed. We have 4 single wides. They're all 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, metal on metal, pitch roofs. Perfect investment. Okay. Why is everybody not jumping on these is beyond me. When you think about, I get asked, Jay, what is the perfect investment on a mobile home? 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, double wides? Stay away from double wides. Unless they absolutely check out and you can come in, clean up, and put them out on the market, I would say it's going to probably cost you double the material, double the labor, double the holding, but it's not double the pay. So, just be wary on that. Single wides, however, is obviously bigger families don't want a 2-1 or 1-1. They want something more like a 3 bedroom, 1 or 2 bath. Now, we got a second special edition not long ago where it was another 4 bedroom, 2 bath, and that's actually located in Griffin, which is a little West Georgia. You don't see many of those. Single wide is a 16 by 80, 4 bed, 2 bath. Forget about a double wide when you got that. And one thing that a lot of people don't realize is a lot of single wides are bigger than double wides. I know when you look at them, you think, oh, that's a double wide, so it's bigger. There's more room versus the single wide. And that's not the case. To tell on something like that, because on like real estate where we do square footage, we measure the length and the width. So for instance, the biggest single wide we got is a 16 by 80. Simply multiply 16 by 80 and it'll give you the square footage. Now, if you do that in comparison to a double wide that's a 24 by 40, which one is bigger? So just kind of keep that in mind. And again, I'm not pushing double wides. Double wides are great, especially if they're on land. But it just may take you a lot more rehab, a lot more time. And again, when it comes to the profits, you may be a little shy of making great success on that. So, But these Florence, Alabama's, I think we got 48 and 49. And we got a FEMA, which I don't think we're going to sell because I'm planning on sending our crew out there as early as next week. And what I want them to do is a teeny little water here. Is I want them to come in and rehab touch up, which these FEMAs need little touch ups, maintenance to be done. And I want them to stay in this FEMA and work off site. Now think about being creative, and I don't want to spend on gas. I don't want to spend on hotel stays. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to invest in this myself and put the guys in it so that they can live here. And hey, they're on the job site 24/7. So that's a good thing. Maybe that'll speed up the process. We'll see on that. Okay. So we got these 3 2s single wides. The numbers are all pretty equal. Lot rents $350. Asking for this was $6,500. A couple of them need a little bit more than others. I mean, if you look at something like this one, I mean, it's cleanup. Everything checks out. I mean, and that's what I mean when it's easy rehabs. Come in, touch them up. The skirting definitely needs to be addressed. On this side, it looks like it's just missing anyway. But those are simple things. And skirting is not part of the mobile home. It's just an extension we put on those as well. So. ARVs, after repair values, once you come in and clean it up, touch it up, make it beautiful. And there is some vinyl torn on this area, so I will go ahead and replace this vinyl here. But I like how they done this wood floor on these other walls, on these other floorings. So yeah, this is a good one. 22,000. I would say 22, 23K. If you're going to finance, obviously you can mark that monthly from 750 to probably around 825 a month minus the lot rent. You equal the net, whatever that is, times however many months, however many years. So let me see. One more, then I'm going to talk about the opportunity. So again, all these are the same influence. Here's one that has a bit more work needed. So yeah, I'm going to show you a couple of these. And the mobile home that we were actually checking out earlier with the investor had the same issue. Particle flooring is crap. I don't like particle flooring. I mean, I don't know why they keep using it, and this is why. Because it's like a sponge. You have this particle board sitting there, and as soon as you get some water on it, as soon as you get some moisture, I mean, it's like it sucks it up like a sponge, and then it starts tearing apart. So and then you got this situation right here, which is what it is. Part of investing, right? If it was beautiful, move-in ready, it would not be a deal most likely because it would have been. It's typically means somebody already done the work. So we'll be spending some real lumber in this probably out the route anyway, just to eliminate any of that. If it's bouncy, if it's squeaky, if flooring should not be doing that. So that's a problem to come. Problems don't get better with time. All right. I want to talk about this opportunity real quick. So for you new investors, now I have limited funds. I'll say that I have limited funds, but I want to start investing. I don't want to just wholesale. I want to be a landlord so that I can create passive income. Good for you. I think that's phenomenal because that is the perfect way to create passive income. Mobile homes, as being a landlord has the pros and cons, just like anything else. Yes, you're a landlord, which means if there's a leaky toilet, guess who they call? Is what it is. Okay. Be part of, I would say have the right property management and have the right team contractors in place. And if all you have is one or two, you should be able to manage that yourself. That's up to you. And that was one of the mistakes coming up, when I was first starting is I had 10 mobile homes and continuing trying to get more. And it's almost like when one breaks, the other one breaks, and the other one breaks. And it's like everybody has problems at the same time. So, just again, manage as much as you can while you can, and then start getting some, help from outside, whether it's contractors, handymans, etc. But anyway, pros about that is the mobile homes do have the longest passive income. You could be renting this thing for 5, 10 years, and it's going to be as long as people are paying on time. That's like a little ATM. It's just spitting money at you every month, every month. And then when you decide to go ahead and sell it, guess what? You have the mobile home still. So you can go ahead and turn around and sell it for whatever the market goes at that time. So think about it that way. Okay. That's just, have a secure income while you're also doing other exit strategies. Never limit yourself. Don't take away wholesale. Okay. Everybody should be doing wholesale. The more you brand, the more you advertise yourself, the more deals will come. And I assure you, you cannot take them all yourself. So therefore, it is great to have other investors, other buyers, so that, hey, when something pops up, I know what they're looking for. I know who to sell it to. Go ahead and make profits and make it a win-win-win situation, right? So, but for those of you starting new with limited funds and want to get started, so, on January 18th, I am going to be teaching a class. It's a Wednesday. It's about an hour long, where I'm going to be talking about how to use credit cards to invest in mobile homes. Now, the way I'm going to be teaching you that is where you're able to invest 100% on mobile homes. That includes the labor, the material. Yes, that's paying the handyman, the contractors. That's paying for the mobile home itself. That's paying for the holding, utilities, everything. Okay. Now, I know a lot of people, when I say credit cards, they cringe because, well, we were taught wonderfully. Don't use your credit cards unless it's an emergency. If you go over 30% or 50%, I don't know what they're saying. Okay. But they basically tell you all the wrong information. And they tell you that your credit will be crap. So that is not the case. The goal is that you should have excess amount of credit standing on there, whether you need it or not, so that when you do, you're able to invest with it. Yes, credit cards charge you X amount of percentage, but I assure you the ROIs that you will get on your mobile homes will pay that, and then a lot more of some of that. So, don't be worried about that. To join us on that, that's on our social media. But another thing that I'm going to do for you, and I'm doing this for one investor because I wanted to try it out as well. He is a GMHU student, so he kind of brought this idea. I started thinking about it, and I said, here's the option I came up with. So let's say on this one here, we are asking 4,500. Wow, that's low. I'm going to have to get somebody on. I don't like 4,500. I'm thinking more like 6,000. But all right, 4,500. So we're asking 4,500 for this 3-bedroom, 2-bath, single wide. That after repair values will go for around 22,000. Cash or best offer, rental rate in the area around 750. So here's what I would do in a creative financing way. We got to get creative. How can I offer this to investors that are just now starting out and maybe they don't have the full 4,500, or maybe if they do give me the full 4,500, that means that now they're not going to have the funds to invest in it. They're going to have to sit on this for a month or two before they can do any work. That does nobody no good. So we're not going to do that. So instead of that, how about this, Mr. or Mrs. Investor? We're asking 4,500 for this. I will take since you're an investor, I will take 1,000 down payment. So what I'm going to do is out of the 4,500, you're going to pay 1K today. That means you get to keep 3,500 in your pocket. Instead of giving it to me immediately and paying me off, you can put that 3,500 towards the rehab. Now, I don't know if it's going to take more than 3,500 or not. Me, I don't see more than 3,500, but everybody has a different system. Everybody invests a little bit differently. So maybe you need coaching on that on top of that too. But you'll take the 3,500 and you keep it, which means you're less out of pocket. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to jump on this mobile home immediately. The goal for you is to get a rehab and get it on the market. So I'm going to charge you exactly like what it says on here. It's going to be something like a fixer-upper, because these numbers, rental rates, are after repair value. So for him or her, I would say something like maybe $550 is what you're going to pay me monthly. That's going to cover the lot rent and the home payment, because I'm financing $3,500 for you. So out of the $550, $350 goes towards the lot rent, and the remaining $200 goes towards the home payment. We will create a financing terms on that for whatever that equals, 24 months, 22 months, or the goal is not. We're setting it, we're structurally accordingly, but it's not meant to be that way, because here's what I want the investor to do. I want them to get in a hurry. Number one, I want them to use the 3,500 to rehab and put it on the market. When they put it on the market, maybe they sell it for cash for 22,000. Good for them. They can pay me off. They can make the profits, and they're on the go. But what if they don't? What if they put it on a lease option, or they themselves create a note as well? That's plenty fine. They're going to have to do a down payment, which means that now they can charge, because it's move-in ready now. Maybe they can charge a down payment of $3,500. Okay, that's just an example. And guess who they got to pay first? There you go. So that means that your buyer is going to pay for your investment, because now you don't have to come up front as much money. Now, what if you don't get the full 3,500 for them? I don't see why you wouldn't. You should be asking more than that. But let's say you only get 2K, 2,000 out of that. So that means that you turn around and you give me the 2,000. You are still 1,500 financed. Okay. Now remember, I said that I would charge you $550 a month, but you should be charging $750 or $800. So what is 800 minus 550? No, seriously, somebody put that on the. I don't have a calculator. So whatever that equals, that's your profit. You will pay me $550, and you will be charging somebody $750 or $800, which means that the remaining of that, whatever that net is, that's towards you. You can see how you're using this investment to pay for itself. That's just one of many ways to be creative on this. This could be a move-in ready. This could be a fixer-upper. It is just being creative with the financing as to who you're offering it to. So for those of you that have been asking, is how can I get into this for less? I'm not going to lower the numbers to these homes. I mean, these homes are low enough. And truth be told, 2023, all these numbers are going up. If you start studying the markets right around this time, you're seeing this same home that I'm talking about, 22,000. People are listening for 27, 28,000 cash, because the money's there, the income is coming, and people know this is the best time of year to sell. Even if they have to finance, if I have to finance this, I'm not expecting a 5,000 down payment. On a 20,000 mobile home at this time of year, I would say I want 10, 12K deposit down payment. So, just one of many. All right. Let's see. All right. And campers are coming available. Somebody asked about that because I was talking about it last week. I talked about it on a Saturday. I talked on a Sunday. We are tripling, if not quadrupling. I'm not allowed to say 10x, so I'm not going to say that word, but some of you know what I'm talking about. But we're going to use campers to do a lot more Airbnbs. Here's the beautiful thing about campers. When you move a camper, it does not cost you $3,000 to $5,000. When you move a camper, you don't need permits. You don't need inspections. You don't need none of that. And I can go and rent a U-Haul truck or a truck from Home Depot and move the camper myself, set it up in about an hour. So that's a beautiful thing. Now, I'm not saying the mobile homes are not a great thing. I will not venture away from mobile homes. The mobile homes are mobile. They're meant to be transported, but they're not as easy as a camper. Now, why am I focusing on a camper for Airbnbs? Well, one, I don't have to put furniture in them, because everything is already set in a camper for you to just come in and stay in it. So that saves me money on that. Now, I want to maximize my ROIs, and the best way to do it is to put it where it's most needed at the best time of the year. So let's talk about, all right, how about I take a camper down to Baton Rouge for Mardi Gras? You think it may do all right? Maybe, right? What about if I want to do some other festivals down by the beach? Maybe summertime when it's peak time and hotels are running for outrageous numbers. Maybe I'll charge half of that because I already own the camper, which is a lot more than I would make in my areas anyway. And I'll put it down by the beach for, I don't know, 2-3 months. I see that things are starting to slow down, and I'll find the next location, and I'll keep moving this thing around. You see how you're getting creative, and you got to be smart about this. Is what can I get into it for the least up and make the most ROIs? Think about it that way. So that's what we're going to be using. We do have about 3 or 4 mobile homes that I'm thinking about doing Airbnbs. As a matter of fact, Florence, Alabama is one of those areas. And the reason behind that is I'm going to try a FEMA for Airbnbs. I want to see how it does. But one of these 3.2s, and there are some newer units that you can see right here that we're actually going to be getting as well. They look beautiful on the outside, but they do need quite a bit of work. So we're going to be eating a lot more than just what you're seeing on here. That being said, as Airbnb will continue in mobile homes as well. So, but again, creative. I'm just getting creative. We're maximizing this. We talked about elderly housing. I'm thinking about maybe even campers for that. I don't know on that, because some of that has to do with handicap, wheelchairs. So you got to be real careful with that. So we're planning. We're playing with a lot of things, and we're trying things out and seeing. So a lot of coaching is coming on that available as well. But that's what we're trying at this time. So Let's see some of these questions real quick. I saw a couple comments. Thank you all for joining me. Rick, I know what you know what I'm talking about. I want to set 10x. Somebody's heard me say that right now. Let's see. Yeah, great financing idea. Absolutely. Always get creative with those. And that's for your end buyers as well. All right. Awesome. Awesome. All right. 7:30. I got a couple calls to make. It has been a very busy week. It's only Tuesday, but again, it's 2023. We got to stay alert, stay sharp, and keep moving forward. So that's going to do it for Let's Do Deals for this evening. Calls are recorded, so they'll be posted on our social media. YouTube come first thing in the morning. Again, January 18th, if you or somebody else you know wants to learn how to invest using credit cards, and it could also be, we're going to be covering also how to apply for certain credit cards, how to increase your credit limit, your credit worthiness, et cetera, et cetera. So, definitely join us on that. It is going to be a Wednesday evening, 7 p.m. Send them our way. Check out our social media. That's it for this evening. Have a good night.